So when you hear people talking about building an online business, that anyone can do it and so on, but they are forgetting a very fundamental truth. And this is what we are going to talk about today, something that most of them are not talking about. And if you not pay attention to that, you will most likely fail, or at least you will have a very hard time building your business. So let's get to it. And because first of all, I'm Tom Forrest, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm building an online business, and so I've been on this for a while now, and I've learned a ton of things, and that's what I'm sharing on this channel. And also I'm a professional athlete, and so I also like to bring a lot of things that I have learned from high performance in sport into the actual business world, and so to make sure you get on top of the game. So let's get to it. The idea of that anyone can succeed in business is just wrong. I know that's a little bit harsh, but this is because of the fundamental of what the business game is. The business game is at its core a competitive game, which means you have individuals that are competing for limited resources being money from customers. And so the idea that everyone can succeed come from the assumption that there is clear rules that you need to follow in order to success. That's not the case. And as the same way it is for professional athletes and so on, the one who succeed are the one who are able to build an edge over their competitor. So of course you need to have the fundamentals. And when people are generally talking about succeeding online and so on, the things that you need actually to do to succeed, those are only the fundamentals. Those are only the things that you need to do in order to play the game. But in order to win the game, that's a completely different story. In order to win and be successful at business, because let's be honest, 90 to 95% of people actually lose when they are building a business. This is either a failed business, they go bankrupt, or this is just a break-even business, they don't make that much money, and so we are far from the actual dream things that people are talking online. But if you understand that, first of all, that the business game is a competitive game, you need first to master the basics. So let's put it that way. One, you need to master the fundamentals. Understanding how the best player in your field are using those fundamentals. So that's the second one. How the best players, so in your field, how are they actually applying those fundamentals to the best level? And you will see that most of the time they are actually mastering the fundamental better than anyone else on the market. So that's already something that sets them apart. And then third, building an edge over your competitor. So what an edge is something that go beyond the fundamental. That is something that is capitalizing on the good fundamentals that you have. You master those fundamentals better than anyone else, but on top of that, you are building an edge over other people. And the idea of an edge can really come in a lot of different ways. And generally speaking, it's based on strength. Here, understand that this Mastering the fundamental is about removing weaknesses out of your business, out of what you're doing. But building an edge is actually building an edge is actually your ability to capitalize on your strength. And strength is either strength of you as a business owner, strength of your employee, of the talent you are in your organization, or the strength of your product or services that is over the other or competitor. But I think that it's kind of something that most people understand, the strength of your product and services, but they don't necessarily think about the strength of the owner, of the leader, or the strength of the employee or the talent that you have in your organization. Building an edge really comes in a lot of different ways. But at the core, this is a business game, a competitive game, which is actually also what it called an infinite game. Which means the one that is going to stand in the end is going to be the winner. So the goal is not, you can't really win at business. This is just, as long as you don't get out of business, you're okay. And pretty much, more money you make, the more you make sure that you will never go out of business. That's kind of the thing. Yeah. Anyway, and so first, that's why the best of the best are actually mastering the fundamental better than anyone else, because that removes the weakness, which makes sure they will never go out of business. But then, because there is a ton of business that are actually never going out of business. So how do you actually get on top to be the best? This is a competitive game. This is by actually capitalizing on your strengths and building an edge. That's kind of the main thing I wanted to highlight today. That doesn't mean you can't succeed in business. Understand that, because the reason I want to share that is not to kind of lower your motivation and so on. That kind of put to light the core thing that you're facing and how you can actually do something about it to get on top. That's mainly my thing here, because if you think that if you enter with in the business game with a simplistic idea that actually I just need a good product, I just need a good service, and that's it, people will come. Well, that's a little bit more complex than that. So understanding all the dynamics that is coming into the business game is something that is really important for you to take the right decision. And at the end of the day, in order to succeed in business, that's mainly about taking the right decision at the right time. And so the more you know about the game you are playing, the better decision you are going to be able to make. Yes, that was just that I wanted to share for today. Thanks you for watching, and I'll see you next time.